What up, homies? Welcome back to episode 59 of our Disco Elysium playthrough. It is officially day 5 now, and since I already completed my playthrough, I can tell you that a lot of stuff is going to happen on day 5. However, we do start the day with another leisurely Jamrock shuffly stroll around the area, as we check up on the cryptozoologist's trap and try to find the different sniper spots that we theorized about. We'll be checking up on some of the characters we already met in this playthrough and will actually visit them for the last time. We also find ourselves back with the absurdly rich dude in the container and try to scam him, before we arrive back at the Whirling in Rags for some final words with Morale and his crew. Thanks for coming by, and enjoy! What up, homies? Welcome back to Disco Elysium. It is day 5 now. We just cleared out day 4 last time. We got to the maximum communist level, I think. I don't know how much more can happen there. They said that they're gonna hang up posters and gonna meet. I hope that we have some interaction with that still, and maybe that picture that we can paint on the wall, that mural, maybe that's influenced by that as well. We will see. However, for today we have a bunch of quests, not that much actually. I can't scroll anymore in this list, which is good. Because it means we are getting done with most of these quests. We got a bunch of Wednesday quests that are all connected to the Ravers and to that church, and we can't do any of those because we cannot open that one ice cooler thingy to get to the cube with the backup data on it. Hopefully, we're still hunting for the necessary skill to upgrade it to try again on that ice cooling machine. If we can't get that, this will never happen, which is sad, but I don't see any way how to do that. However, for today, the main quest obviously is to still find out, to determine where the shot came from and to hopefully find a spot here, either the boardwalk, the island, or the Land's End, to see, oh yeah, someone shot from here. So that way, this is our working theory at the moment, that the shot did not come from the balcony, but actually from further away from some sort of sniper, probably, you know, if it's true, from one of the other PMCs that's here on the island. We still don't know where one of them is. We know that the strike-breaking leader person is one of them, and the other one is the dead guy. There's a third one. So we're going to check these spots. Walk around here some more, try to find that. And also we're going to inspect these traps. We checked out one last night. We got 2 more to check, and then also the one that he set up latest, and maybe we can find something in there. Hopefully we will find cash in there, because a bunch of quests and the checks are related to hand-eye coordination, and we are $6 away from getting $50 and thus being able to afford these shoes, which would conclude or complete our phone setup here. We got a bunch of phone clothes, and the shoes that we can still buy do give hand-eye coordination, so that's what we're aiming for. Other than that, this is the picture on the wall. We're supposed to meet Clausia at night. We couldn't last night. She just wasn't there. We probably were too late. We still have this weird quest here, return to the dead body. This whole quest line is already completed, so I don't know why that is. Return to the dead body with Kim. There's a dead body on the Martinez boardwalk down the coast. Return to it with the lieutenant. It's not even there anymore. I think we've visited that again. It feels like this is somehow broken. Yeah, and that's it. And find all the armor pieces. We are missing the leg, I think. Yeah, the legs. We got feet. I mean, boots. We got the chest piece, and we got the hand piece. We are missing the head piece, which is supposed to be somewhere in the water. At least that's what Kuno told us. I have no idea where the leg piece is. I feel like there is no leg piece, but there probably is. So I don't know. We'll find out. And that secret passage. Don't know how to get there. All right, let's get going. Kim is gonna be out here. Meet up with him again. Nothing he has to say. Alright, then we're gonna check these traps first. Because both of these will lead us to Land's End, where we have to go either way. Also, I had a look at these white checks that we still have open here. A bunch of them. There are things in here that we have already completed or we can't complete anymore. So, I don't know how valuable this list actually is. There are some in here, some composure checks. For example, check with this guy. And also the composure check with the friend from the balcony, or from that apartment building, which is super hard, and we don't actually have much composure. We just had a boost last time with the composure check because we did read a bunch. So, let's walk around here. I actually spotted one of these traps last time we were here, somewhere in this area. So we should check that out. Here, there it is. Damn, slow walk.
A familiar apparatus lies among the reeds. Another one of Morel's traps, weighed down by stones to keep it in place.
Look around.
The reeds bend forlornly toward the sand. Some tufts have been crushed. The broken stalks seem like a rebuke. The sound of the city hums in the east.
Reach for the trap.
This trap is also full of panicked locusts. No sign of any cryptozoological beast inside.
Another empty trap.
The lieutenant takes a note, more out of habit than duty. Let's keep going. The next one is the lucky one. How are you enjoying the cardio, Lieutenant? I'm quite enjoying it myself. Jamrock shuffling it. I want to make it clear that I don't actually believe the Phasmids exists, okay? I feel like I want to say that. Say nothing, just put the trap down. Yeah.
Of course. Noted.
He looks at you incredulously as you place the trap back in the reeds. Leave. By the way, Jamrock shuffle, this reminds me. We have... Wait, where is it? Here, Jamrock shuffle. We got this idea, which gave us this boost. Find better loot and locked containers. I don't even know if we found any locked containers since then, and if the loot was better. I feel like I'm doing something wrong here with these thoughts, because they all give us minuses on these stats. We only have 1+1 rhetoric, which we get from here. I mean, we get a bunch of other passives, like here, white check failures, heal all morale, or these boosts, and even the possibility to have more perception, to raise the learning cap, which is actually what I'm looking for hand-eye coordination. Hopefully this exists. Hopefully we find it. There's a million thoughts in here still, which we obviously won't all find. But hopefully we can get that one. Alright, I think there was one more trap just behind these houses where the kids live. If I remember correctly. Apparently I don't. And then let's go to Land's End. We know that there is a trap there. You know, I just came upon this bunker again, which we were never able to enter because we didn't have the high enough skill. And I don't know if we've had our this one here, the super sick multi-tool back then. We could try. Just equip both of these, super lockpick mode, see if that helps.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long while.
Wow.
You see a handle.
Interfacing impossible. Still, I think I'm already wearing my +2 gloves. Could this structure have been used to take the shot?
From here to the wiring, I can't see how. The church is in the way.
Do I have better interfacing shit? This is already interfacing. And it's +2. Yeah, we don't have anything that denies interfacing. I don't think we have anything else that helps. No, we don't have anything else. So we can't.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The
See, this
wind
is one
has
of those
blown
moments.
A sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't
Stop
been
talking.
opened in a long while.
Maybe
See
that's
a handle.
interesting to see. what's in here? Probably is because it's such a hard check. But the chance of us ever getting in there and ever even raising the percentage here above 3% is so low that I might actually just click this. What the fuck was that noise? Vuvuzela? Soccer match in town? Alright, we're not going to click it now. Maybe we find something that's got to do with interfacing. If not, well, it is what it is. Let's check around here some more. There's the other trap.
This trap's not too hard to spot, once you know what to look for. Keeping it hidden has not been a priority for the cryptozoologist. The reeds shake sadly in the coastal breeze, weighed down by rain. They seem to be waiting for something.
Reach for it.
Nothing but locusts in this trap as well. Definitely no cryptozoological monstrosity.
Empty as all of them.
Pants.
One more of these and we are done.
His face is red from the cold sea air. He crouches to catch his breath. What the fuck? Bummer it wasn't in here. You getting tired? Question mark. One more time, I must stress that I did not expect a cryptozoological monstrosity to be in this trap. Say nothing, just put the trap down. You getting tired?
No, I'm fine. I didn't mean to complain, it's just...
He's short-winded. The sentence ends there. What is that womp womp sound back there?
Is there something here that would indicate a sniper used this place as a nest for taking the shot? Just some urban detritus, a bottle, and a dilapidated old comms tower.
I don't see it, Lieutenant W. Freitor. I don't see a person take a shot here and hit something there. In the whirling in rags.
Maybe the campfire was used by the perpetrator. Maybe the assailant climbed the comms tower, took the shot there. What about the cigarette butts? Look over the border to the whirling in rags. I mean, option 1. What is going on? What are these sounds? Doesn't matter. Maybe it does matter. Can't clear it. Option 1 and 3 are pretty stupid because we ourselves had a date at this spot, so this is probably just a space where people hang out, so that explains the campfire and cigarette butts. The guy or whoever shot could have climbed the tower, so yeah, that might be a good option. And look over the water to the whirling in rags. Maybe we can do that first. I'd like to see this, but let's see. Hopefully we can click this again.
There, 1.2 kilometers over the wave-crossed bay. Through heavy, dark grey curtains of rain, you see the smallest rectangle, barely visible. A glowing light on the 3rd floor of the whirling in rags. With binoculars, you would see a young woman's shape move behind the glass, her limbs long and slender.
Maybe the assailant climbed the tower.
It's not possible to climb that ladder. And even if it were, why? There's no platform up there to aim from.
The lieutenant looks up, raising his collar. Well, I can't see that. Okay. What about the campfire?
To warm his hands before pulling the trigger? Perhaps. But anyone could have made this. The coast is specked with fires this time of year. Truthfully, this seems like a very poor choice to take a 1.2 kilometer rifle shot from. Visibility is awful. There's water vapor everywhere. I think we can rule out Beatable Prime, was it?
Alright. Anything else here? I don't know if finding the headpiece of that armor, if that is a perception check. Could actually be that we never find that unless we have high enough perception, which is why I'm wearing these boots, which give us at least +1 perception, but that's not, you know, a whole lot. Okay. We go back to the boardwalk. We also found that execution site last night, and the quest told us to come back here with Kim and check that out. So I guess that's where we're gonna go next once we pass along this boardwalk. Here's the last trap.
This is the last of the traps. The one Morel just set. Checking it over, he said, is just a technicality.
Look around.
The reeds by the abandoned campsite hiss and shake. The trap feels light and silent as you pick it up. Something is different here.
Oh damn, look closer.
No locust. No phasmid either, but still.
Immediately yell. It's empty. Morel didn't leave it empty. Look closer still.
Well, the bait worked on something. This doesn't mean it was a reed monster, though. Unless you see one in there, I just see an empty trap.
The netting is a little untidy, messier than the others. Like someone or something picked the trap up and shook it before dropping it back down on the ground.
Actually, I do get the feeling that someone or something may have messed with the trap. But what if it was the phasmid? What if I ate them and got... What if it ate them? I ate them and got out. Yeah, it probably wasn't the phasmid, but still, Morel needs to know. You're right, but they still need to know. You're right, the crypto research has been stupid. I'm gonna go with the first one. I get the feeling that something has happened here.
Perhaps our cryptozoologists have competition in the form of an actual entomologist, or someone else is sabotaging them. I could present more theories, but then I would be taking this on as a case, which I'm not.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it probably wasn't the phasmid, but still, Morel needs to know.
We did, sort of, promise to tell them, didn't we?
He seems to regret the fact. Alright. I still don't believe that there actually is something in there. But I wonder if we could trick ourselves into believing that there's something in there. By always agreeing and then just imagining things like he is. Okay, now we have to find the spot on the boardwalk where we can get another one of these pop-ups. That crosses off the boardwalk from the list. I feel like we've been everywhere on the boardwalk, but apparently we haven't. Okay, check this out with Kim.
A row of ghostly shades facing a crumbling wall, with another 7 shades standing 10 meters from them.
Kim,
a single person stands on the sideline.
Kim, who was who in this execution?
I don't know. I don't know who died here, lined up beside that horrible wall. It could have been any of the parties involved in the revolution. Perhaps the ones executed here were the loyalist conservatives, killed by the communists at the start of the Civil War. Or it could have been the communists, put to death during the last stretch of the conflict by the coalition forces.
Remember what Trent Heidelstein said about Veld?
What if it was the Felt personnel when their assets were being seized by the revolutionaries?
Another likely scenario.
Or maybe...
What about people from the coalition, the so-called moralists?
Yeah. It's very unlikely the coalition forces were the ones who died here. They were always the last ones against the wall. To be honest, if a coalition member was anyone in this situation, it was a commandant, the superior giving the orders.
A cold sea wind blows away the figures.
Alright, cool. We actually did get a level up here. But I don't know what to use it on for the moment, so we're gonna just save it. So, there is not much more boardwalk here. Where do you want me to go? So I don't really know where to go. I feel like I've been everywhere on the boardwalk, but I don't get a pop-up here. But I just did think about is the other option is this island up here. And we don't have a way to get there. Last time I guessed that maybe we could talk to Joyce, and maybe she'll let us ride her boat over there. But there's this bunker we just came across. This probably leads there, but we can't enter. It's a red check with a legendary impossible difficulty, and we don't have any skills in the check that's tested there. So I don't know if we really actually have the option there. We could use a key. Anybody got a key? Which sucks that we can't do that. Maybe we can talk to her and tell her about this island. Maybe she'll tell us about this bunker and give us a key. That's an option. I don't know. Maybe we could talk to Everard, and he has an option. I'm gonna run around this boardwalk some more. I'm just gonna skip it if I find anything. This is what you're gonna see next. If not, then I don't know what to do. Maybe this boardwalk here. This is also a boardwalk. Maybe I have to go run around there. We'll see. I'll update you once I find something. I just came across this. This is right where we dropped our car into whatever, this ice. I feel like this is still connected to that event. Hold up, don't you mean scene of the crime? Yeah, sure. Does look a lot? Does look like a lot of folks partied here.
Looks like they were here a while, judging from all the bottles. The sunken motor carriage provided them a focal point, like a goose ice sculpture or a chocolate fountain.
Hey Kim, looks like we've had a couple of party goers here.
Looks like it.
Looks like they had a great time laughing here. This was some kind of theater to them, a circus production by a great clown. Was this party against the law on the ice like this? It was probably a public danger. Let's go with the clown option.
Hey, let's keep moving, detective.
Alright.
Somehow, he doesn't want to dwell on it.
Alright. That's really finicky. We've been here, but I had to walk onto this little ice shelf there. Which, you know, triggers my my fear that we have to like comb up everything here and just make sure we hit every pixel. We've been in the shack. A cold breeze is enough to make the wall planks creak, so nothing important in there. I'll keep walking. Apparently there's something in this shack where we have been in here. Is this new money, or did we not find it last time because we didn't have a perception? Could be. $4.74 to go to be able to afford these shoes. Which is kind of sad. I'd like to buy more books because I feel like probably there's a higher chance of finding new ideas or thoughts or, you know, advancements in there. Especially advancements that fit our character. But for the moment, we just know we need something with per hand-eye coordination on it, and this is the only thing that has that. So you can't just pass it up. Who's that guy?
Officer,
Oh, hi.
care to play a game with the lonely old man?
The jolliness is gone from Gaston's face. With the lonely old man. Oh, damn. Did the other man die?
Actually, never mind. Wouldn't be the same.
I got a rhetoric chance to convince him to relinquish his sandwich. So before we ask him about his dead friend, we're going to try to get his sandwich. Let's see. Let's take this old man's sandwich. Rhetoric, huh? Do I even have anything else that gives rhetoric? This shirt gives rhetoric. Oh, yeah. Alright. Hand it over.
Oh,
Host almighty.
What?
He's a total bummer now.
This is not the same thing. Sorry, officer, what do you want? Host almighty is the total bummer now. Bye for now. Can I...
oh, sorry, officer.
Wait!
What do you want?
Why can't I ask you about the sandwich now? I wanted to ask you about the union
Officer,
again.
I just can't do this right now. The union, it just doesn't matter anymore.
Huh?
Officer,
What happened? Why can't I not talk to that guy?
The worn and beaten
We can sit on benches after.
You can revisit the bench.
Oh, sorry, officer. What do you want?
What? Why is that not an option anymore? All I did was change out this shirt.
Oh, sorry.
That's fucked up. Why is that option gone now? Oh, man. Alright, I guess we don't learn about his dead friend. Maybe we can come back and then it works. That sucks. Well, I'm gonna keep exploring. Weird. Oh.
The sight of bullet holes stirs something in you, making you forget the lieutenant's surname.
Look closer first.
The faded marks are too degraded to draw any forensic conclusions. Just chips in the sandstone.
Kim, look, bullet hole.
Where?
Pointed the chips in the wall. Someone has been shot. We're cops. We should solve it. That's dumb. It's old school shit, but sure.
There? Those are old.
Oh, you mean like from the revolution? What do you mean old? Oh, okay then. You mean from the revolution?
Yes, the one that happened half a century ago. Those bullets were fired during the revolution and do not warrant an investigation by officers of civil law.
Okay, what can you tell me about this revolution?
Not much. I don't have a fresh perspective on it. Shall we go?
Alright. Alright. Here we are again at Joyce's place. Let's see if we can actually ask her to drive us over there. Ship us over there with her boat. Probably
You're
not.
back. Good.
Oh, sounds
What
bad.
can I help you with?
Can I talk about the boat
Would
and
you like to know?
hint at that I need to go somewhere? I guess not.
Can I help?
Okay, no, she does not have any options that lead to something, so I guess we keep guessing, wandering around, which kind of sucks. Where was the other island? The island, never mind. Boardwalk and island. So I'm gonna go to Everard now. Maybe he can tell us something in terms of that bunker, which it's a long shot. He probably could have already done that because we've visited that bunker before. But maybe now that we have this additional information about that island, maybe he can tell us how to get there. And then he mentions the bunker and that he has a key for it. That's my only hope here. We could also check again with this guy here. I can't remember what his challenge was. We are supposed to cheat him out of a bunch of money. Is it even on here? Doesn't look like it's even on here. But I guess we just enter.
Welcome back, gentlemen.
Conceptualization.
What can I do for you?
Alright. I think I do have conceptualization clothes. Here, this shirt, by the way. For example. Maybe if we threaten him with a weapon. Maybe that helps.
Welcome back, gentlemen.
Alright, we get this up to 58%. Man. You know these red checks, I don't want to waste them. Present a sound investment plan. Present an investment plan that is sure to fail. I assume we can do both. Maybe we can't. Maybe if we fail one of these, he's gonna tell us that he's not gonna listen to anything we say.
What do you mean? Go right ahead. Don't be shy. Oh,
The Weiss-Wieserman coefficient is a ratio
among other things. No.
a man
I see nothing of this.
Yes. I imagine that does look strange to you. My container.
Wait, can we level conceptualization? Yeah, we can. Do I want to now? Why not? Alright. Conceptualization at 10. 72%. Let's just do it. And we're gonna present the investment plan that is sure to fail. Because we want to fuck with this guy.
What's worse than
Nice.
throwing money at something that's already failed?
Okay, so I've got this idea for a board game. You should invest in the RCM. Oh my god, no, board game.
Go on.
Brace yourself. It is very high concept. It's a twist on an already established working idea. It's a very high concept.
I'm ready.
It's a pen and paper game where people all over the world can play with each other using radios.
Nicking an idea that wasn't worth anything in the first place and trying to pass it off as your own? How very entrepreneurial. I love it.
Uh-huh.
Hold on. Have we met before?
I don't think so. Maybe. I wouldn't really know. I don't think so.
Yeah, on second thought, it couldn't have been you. Your idea reminds me of a group of young men who came to me a long time ago, calling themselves Fortress Accident. The name should have been a red flag. They pitched me and a handful of other investors on an idea for a role-playing game that would, in their words, change the world.
What happened?
Well, at first everything was rosy. The ideas were solid, but they were lacking in... How do I put it? They lacked the will to get things done. As their financial situation became more desperate, their ideas devolved from realistic to absolute insanity. We lost all of our money. High art types never deliver. They're only good for peddling Welkins or whatever creeps they come up with.
I guess the inordinate amount of time they put into drawing mythical creatures did not generate a return on investment.
Wait, where are they now? Did you try to salvage the project somehow?
Sadly, when we got there, it was too late. The concept had run out of steam. Only dust remained. What I want to tell you is this. It's a very bad idea. Dead in the water. You seem like a reasonable man, but that is not a reasonable plan.
Okay, well, maybe I was wrong. We've all learned something today.
Thank you for the advice. Are you sure you don't want to give those little Welkins a second go? Hopefully I can still try the other one. This was pretty... Why was that check so hard if we don't get anything from that? Maybe we should have him had him invest into the RCM and that money ends up in our pocket, which would be weird because we don't represent them. Are you sure you don't want to give those guys a second
Absolutely
chance?
not.
Thought gain bankruptcy sequence.
Stop embarrassing yourself. Pop a magnesium and calm down.
Okay, we can't do the other one. Okay, this...
It was a real farewell.
All we did was gain a thought. Weird. Bankruptcy sequence. -1 empathy, layoff season. Business loves silence, the second loudest sound in the world, eclipsed only by the collective screams of market crash victims. So let me whisper to you, do you feel the veil of the sun god slipping? Are the better days gone? Are we entering bankruptcy? Is the company gonna go down and leave you in the gutter with the rest of the judges delivering parcels for soup money? You need to crisis manage your way out of this. Well, I can't internalize it now. I'd need a new skill point to unlock one of these. Sounds kind of interesting. I don't know what the problem or the solution and the bonus would be here. It looks like maybe money or better way to find money or make more money from stuff. Or the ability to steal things. I don't know. Well, this was not exactly successful, but it is what it is. Let's put on our correct clothes again. And I guess we can drop this. And we're gonna speak to Everard, and maybe he has information about that door. Probably not. This is not a fishing rod, is it? It's... fishing rod. This here? Oh yeah. Hey, what up?
Mr. Dubois, every worker, member of the board. How can I help you today?
A few more questions about the harbor.
I'm always happy to educate and entertain you, my friend. So, what's on your mind?
Did you order the hangman
Order
killed?
it. You know my men didn't kill him. They told you. It was a happy accident. I'm listening, Harry.
Who killed him?
No idea. Could have been his own mother for all I know. If you ever find the guy, give him a big fat kiss from Everard Clare. Couldn't have done it without him.
He really doesn't know. A guy, huh?
How do you know it's a guy?
I don't. I told you it could have been his own mother. I'm pretty sure it wasn't anyone from the Union. Maybe it was the mob. Or maybe he killed himself because he was a closet socialist. Truth is, I simply don't know.
He really doesn't.
Very nice, Harry.
Okay, so this all leads nowhere. Which sucks. So we don't have many options here now. We can return to the Whirling in Rags and take care of this. Tell Morale that we checked the traps, that nothing was in there. I don't know how to check the island. I don't know how to check for bullet traces on the boardwalk, because I don't know where that is on the boardwalk. I feel like I've been everywhere. Nothing popped up. Make Titus give up Ruby's location. Ruby was the organizer of the hanging. She's also missing, but the Hardy Boys will be tight-lipped about her location. You need to get them to open up. Have you fully explored the Whirling and analyzed the site of the murder, truly and thoroughly interrogated Klaasje? All this might make convincing him easier. Ask Klaasje about Sunday night. Add even more beauty. That's the painting. And this is all the stuff with that freezer. I know that we have a better chance to open that freezer now, because before we had this idea going here, this one here, which gave us -2 physical instrument while that was going. Now it's still -1, so it's still going to be super hard. Well, I'm going to check and get back to you once we find something. Alright, here we are.
It's great to see you again, officer. My wife can't wait to thank you. Go on, talk to her.
Oh, sweetie, I don't even know how to thank you for finding my husband and helping him out. I hope we haven't been too much trouble for you.
Just doing my job, ma'am. It was truly epic long-distance trek. It was just one way. It was just on my way while I was working the case. I'm basically also a cryptozoologist now. I wonder if this could give us money. But I'm going to go with just doing my job.
Here, I want to give you a small token of my gratitude.
8-eye
It's a
Teraton
tie.
tie.
Meskin origin. The pin is an antique. Quite special.
Okay.
The little silvery knob holding the tie together feels warm in your hand. It's in the shape of an avian skull with 8 eyes. You could ask her about this when you get the time. It's probably a cryptid, but the phasmid, of course, is more important.
You never told me you've seen the phasmid.
Oh, you don't want to hear about some old woman's ramblings.
Ramblings? Nonsense. Your description of the phasmid is the most precise I've ever heard.
But darling, I didn't even get the size of it right.
You were a child, my dear. Really. It's extraordinary what you were able to describe. Now go on. Tell our friend about it. He's proven his interest in the field.
That is a way bigger compliment than it sounds like. Reflexively, the lieutenant read his familiar notebook.
Well, it was summer. I was building a racing track out of sand on the beach near a tall stand of reeds. Quite a tall one. Many times my height, I remember. When all of a sudden...
Wait, where was this? And how old were you?
I'm getting ahead of myself. I was 5 and a half in Betancourt in the suburbs. My grandmother had a summer home there.
She'd just started forming memories. Real memories. Not the billowy haze of infanthood.
What happened?
The strangest moment of my life. I looked up and one of the reeds moved. Not like a plant, but like a living thing. It stood up and looked at me. Its body unfolded like some antique toy. I've never seen anything like it. I didn't know this can happen, so I reached my arm and touched the thing. It felt just like a stalk of reed, but it moved, swaying, towering above me. After a while, 20 seconds, a minute maybe, it left, went into the reeds.
Did you follow it?
I tried, but I was only a child. There was mud and high water. I couldn't see it anymore. I was just standing there knee-deep in mud, looking around me.
Where did you go? Don't go.
Then what?
I ran back home to my grandmother and asked her if reeds could walk, and told her they were looking at me. Of course, she just laughed at me, but I knew what I'd seen. For years, it was a story I told at parties when I wanted to impress boys, that sort of thing. Of course, most people just took it as a strange, amusing anecdote. So did I, honestly. But then I met Morel.
We were on a date. Can you imagine? She tells me a story, and it's the most detailed report of the Insulindian phasmid I've ever heard. The sounds. She told me it hissed.
So that's how they met. This is beyond significant for them.
It did, yes. Like reeds in a gust of wind.
The thing that disguises itself, supposedly disguises itself as a reed and is only found in reeds, strangely was surrounded by the sound of reeds.
The way it moved, the colour, how some of its limbs were white, like marble. It matched perfectly with what I know from other accounts. It was amazing. If it weren't for Lena, I might have given up hope years ago. It's no exaggeration to say that she restored my faith in my profession.
He looks at her with admiration, forgetting a wide smile on his face. You were on a date? Its limbs are white? How big was it? Maybe you imagined it, Lena? Kim, what do you think of this? Thank you for sharing this. You were on a date?
Our first, yes.
The old woman looks at her husband tenderly.
The glance is tender, yes, but tempered by something else. A thought she can't express, even to him. Interesting.
Its limbs are white?
Not all of them. There is some white coloration reported, along with beige, where the camouflage ends.
Beige, huh? How big was it?
It's hard to say how big things are when you're quite small yourself. To me, it seemed to be taller than I was then, but that's probably not the case.
Maybe you imagined it?
How could she? Who imagines this? She didn't know about the phasmid. This is the main thing here, what makes it a confirmed sighting. She had no previous knowledge of the insect.
That's true, yes. I'm almost certain neither my mother nor my grandmother knew of it. It was only when I started telling my story as a teenager that boys would tell me, Lena,
She lowers her voice, imitating a boy.
you trying to tell us you saw the Insulindian phasmid out there in those reeds? Get out of here. They just give me a cider and ruffle my hair and tell me to stop dreaming. But I saw it.
Kim, what do you think of this?
I thought it was a wonderful story, man.
He closes his notes and gives her a simple smile.
But I don't believe it. A child left unattended on a warm day. Children make up stories and then end up believing them.
Thank you for sharing this.
You're welcome, sweetie. I do appreciate the chance to relive it whenever I get one. It was just such an impossibly sunshiny day. So warm.
Did she have heat stroke?
And she could get up and walk right into the reeds on her own. Into the mud. Anywhere.
It's all for now. Can I now tell him that I actually checked those traps?
Nothing like the gratitude of a good woman. Now then, what can I do for you?
Gives you a gruff pat on the shoulder.
He tries to play it cool. Remain professorial. But inside, this man is itching for some news on those traps.
So I checked all the traps.
Good. Okay. And?
And one of them was empty. Nothing. Maybe I didn't check them after all. What? One of them was empty.
Completely empty?
The cryptozoologist's eyes grow wide. Yes, there was nothing in the trap. No locusts, no phasmid.
No locusts? No phasmid either?
That's not ideal, but
The empty trap was the one at your campsite. Maybe this factors into it somehow?
I definitely left that one stocked.
Right from the campsite? Just means the Insulindian phasmid is even more clever than we thought.
She's engaging in a well-known self-deception called motivated reasoning. You should correct them.
Should I?
Of course, more clever.
You're dealing with a subject near and dear to their hearts. It might behove you to tread lightly.
Yes, the Phantasmadeia picked off the locusts and escaped. This is good news, though we'll have to reconsider the design of the traps, make them more secure.
Another trip to the reeds.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. What a deft hunter, this phasmid. It's not very scientific to reason backward from a conclusion you want to be true. I don't know, I'm not persuaded. Are you sure you've exhausted all the alternative explanations? I am actually a fan of this one here. Go with the that's not very scientific. This could lead to him saying, yeah, you sound just like these other scientists, and, you know, all the shit that he, the problems he had with those and shit that he told us about them. So, this could be a problem. This is just too weak. Are you sure you've exhausted all the alternative explanations? Probably. So yeah, I'm gonna go with this.
I appreciate your concern, officer, but please leave this to the experts. Unless you have an alternative hypothesis you'd like to venture. Actually, no. Excuse me for getting emotional. This is a big deal for us. You've helped us twice now, and brought some great news too. My gratitude, and the gratitude of the Société Cryptozoologique de Ravachol, is yours.
Can I get money?
Heartfelt gratitude. But does it feel like closure? What really happened?
Thank you, it's an honor. We should probably return to our main investigation here. This has been refreshing, but...
Helping cryptozoologists isn't really a priority for our organization, is it? The lieutenant looks out the window, impatiently. Damn it, Lieutenant. Have you no intellectual curiosity?
Interfacing medium 2. Develop an alternative theory about the missing locusts. Something up with the trap. -1 insulted morale. +2 Kuno's a hooligan. Ooh, damn. +1 considered alternatives. I mean 92%. Let's go.
Consider the way the empty trap was disturbed, as though shaken. Most likely the hands of a young person. Hands small enough to fit inside the trap, too. You should ask the red-headed boy, Kuno.
I think a little hooligan called Kuno may have stolen the locusts.
A little hooligan? But what would a child want with bags?
Oh, my dear Morel, you've been an old man for too long. Kids love to torment insects almost as much as they love to torment old folks.
I'll talk to the little gremlin and see if anything comes up.
Delinquents. My favorite.
It doesn't sound like it's really his favorite. He's getting annoyed with us.
Oh, you've been such a dear to us. Please, let us know whatever you turn up. I have a feeling we're getting so close.
Well, I see you've got all the help you need. I'll see you tonight at my place. Let's play suzerainty, but no more field trips for me.
After this is your last chance to talk to Gary.
Okay.
Really, Gary? We're getting somewhere here. I'd love to play suzerainty, but...
Lena, I'm sorry, but you're not getting anywhere. It was some kids. I know the little mutants around here. Leave anything out in the open and they'll steal it, even if it's bugs.
He looks at his tea.
Morale, it's been fun, really, but I need a bath and I have deliveries to handle. When this tea is done, I gotta run.
No need to apologize, Geary. You'd be more than helpful. We'll have to take a rain check on that game of suzerainty today, though. We're gonna follow this through.
The first man to break formation is always a blow to leadership. This is bigger than he lets on.
Alright. Well, then we can talk to him once more. I don't think he's got anything
Very
new for us.
generous of you to help us out, officer. I'm sure glad to be back from that little excursion. I mean, officers.
Yeah, there's nothing else here. Alright.